One of the most important steps to improve is to understand what you're bad at, and this is where I come in as a coach. Today, we're coaching a player on finding what he's bad at and how he can improve. So when you go for this peak right here, if you see at like any high level play, you will see that they stop right around here. They don't peak further out than this. And
yeah,
then,
they don't want to go into slope.
Yeah, you don't want to peek slope, and when they have pistols, it's so dangerous when you miss that first shot. So my best thing for you here, even though you know you're confident, you know you want pistol, they're gonna have a shit buy, you want to get the kills, as well try to like limit yourself as well. So like don't wide swing here, miss the shot, and then stand still going for it. If this guy is a little bit better, he kills you.
Oh yeah, I'm expecting them to push up mid here and jump through the smoke, so I'm standing in it. At least that's what I think, unless I push out here.
Yeah. If that's your thought process, I think it's fine. You don't really have the guns to do that, right? You have a pistols who versus armors and stuff isn't the best unless you get some good headshots. You have a scout as your main gun. So I wouldn't recommend this, but we can wait and see.
No, this is not gonna pan out great, I don't think.
Yeah, I wouldn't recommend something like this, because like right now it is a 1, 2, 3, 4. It's a 5v4. You got a good opening kill, right? And your teammates have a lot of map control. Right? You got almost like top banana, nothing on A, but you're missing a big part, which is apps. Nobody's watching apps.
I think I die in 1 second after this.
Yeah, it's because I wouldn't recommend. You can even see it. There's 3 of the enemies looking at this. I wouldn't recommend this, like never, but you know, it's... and now you just have to run. But, alright. Yeah, I wouldn't... First of all, going into the smoke, if you have SMG, right? If you, instead of buying a scout in second round, you bought SMG, I think it's an okay play. Just be a little bit careful, because people likes to spam it. But every time you take a position, you have to, remember some few things, right? The first thing you have to remember is how the enemy will peek a position. So a position like this, you are holding very close to this angle here. You might have great reaction time, I don't know that of course. Well, the biggest thing you have to remember is, in this position here, how is the enemy going to peek you? And that's very important as the AWPer. And when you're AWPing, I don't say you're gonna have to learn this, but just keep that in mind the next time you understand you're gonna swing here, then aiming a little bit more to the left is probably better for you.
Yeah.
As well as soon as this miss, you're 50 HP. You've been naded down, you've been shot once. You have to remember the value of what you're holding, right? It's an AWP. It's 5k almost. With the armor, we're talking almost 6k. And die here, it's not ideal. It is very unfortunate. The other you can learn is that when you're peeking, the speed you peek in is very important as well. Because I think if I'm gonna go and let's look, you can see how slow this is gonna look like for the AWPer. Like, that's just a free kill for the AWPer. What I would give you the hint here is that you guys don't have a great amount of money. And you talked about, understanding the money game here. This is the type of rounds where it's very important to understand the money. You have to understand that when you go and decide for this peak, you're losing, if you die, you're losing your gun, and you're losing armor, and maybe some nades. And those are very good, and B is a very tough site to retake. Especially losing it this early, and you see another thing as well, like see how alone you are, right? If you, let's say you get a kill. Yeah, let's say you get a kill and you survive. You still have to wait for almost 10 seconds. Even longer, I think, at this point, right? 12 seconds minimum.
Yeah.
And if you already took 6 seconds here, already half the time is gone to do a 4v4. That's very close. So in this type of rounds, you pushing here, it's not ideal at all. Right? Yeah. And this is a perfect time to doing something new. 7-3 and stuff is not working out. The problem is you've been playing on A. You don't really know how they're playing on B, because when you do something new, it is to counter what you know already, right? So for instance, you know that they like pushing up middle. Alright, instead of playing so close to mid, I'm gonna start playing further back and playing more hidden on long, right?
Yeah.
Or if you're a B player, right, you realize, oh, they take fast banana every time, let's start doing the fallen flashes and some molotovs and we take it back. Then it makes sense. But now when you're new coming into B, you don't really know how they play, what nade they use, and then you try something new, it's very dangerous. Yeah, here, I just will say right now, when you're reloading, try to get behind this wall before reloading. Because enemy can hear you reload. And when they hear the AWP reloading, they're gonna push. And they already killed the other B player. So at like a higher level, this is just getting flashed and you're getting pushed. Well, let me show you here now quickly. First of all, you get this kill, right? You have a lot of time to take your AWP out and go for this kill right there.
Yeah.
Then smoking yourself makes sense. But what you want to do about now is to walk back to B site. Because if you're going to hold this door, then smoking off doesn't make sense. Then you go for the 1v1 fight. As soon as you smoke off, you have to get to B site here.
Yeah.
But the first thing I will say is just how you're peeking. It's not really the best way. It's very like tunnel vision, like peeking. I will show you. Like when you take banana, for instance, right? It's very tunnel visioning, and that's fine here. Completely fine. You even get a kill. But right, for instance there, right? When you check, you don't really... Like you have a lot of people, so it doesn't really matter. But it's very tunnel vision, like you didn't check behind the half wall before you're already visible from it. You are the first guy, you kind of have to check that. And then when you check sandbags, you're aiming above the guy that would be in sandbags. You know what I mean? Like, so you have to like adjust if he sits sandbags. You're right here right now. You're the only one that is able to hold middle and long from this position, which is very important. Bomb get planted. You're still in the zone. You should be staying. What you instead do, you decide to run to pit, have your back turned like this, even though it's an opening in the smoke. Let's say, can we go and see this guy, right? Imagine he's a little bit more out. Just a little bit. He doesn't have to be a lot out. He kills you here from the back.
Yeah.
And you go out, you jump out, and of course you survive. You probably win the round. But try to stay there. Try to just say, don't have to move so much. We'll have a much higher chance of both winning and just getting info, right? Because like, look at the rest of your teammates. One is here, you're two holding the same position. One is here holding this, which is fine. And that guy is holding here, right? So you don't really have any need to be in that position at all.